Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great day. It's been a while since I recorded a video and I just decided to do one. Work has been pretty crazy busy, but I wanted to talk to you about a few things that you can get as makers for less than $5. And this might be one of those videos that you might want to share with somebody who's interested in buying you a gift for the holidays or something like that. The first thing I have are some Spudgers, and basically for $1.28 you can get a set that looks like this. And if you don't know what a spudger is basically a tool that's designed for opening stuff up. So for basically coming in here and prying on something like this and, and opening it up gently. So, you can, a lot of times you'll buy something and on eBay it'll come with a piece of junk like this. And if you look closely, you can see that one's just all hacked up and chewed up. But getting a metal one with a good edge on it, and a couple different sizes, couple different styles, is definitely the way to go. And they are about $1.25 a set. So I highly recommend, if you don't have a set like this and you're going to be taking stuff apart, check out a set of Spudgers. I'll share the links in the description. The second thing has to do with measuring. And so to tell you a little bit of a backstory, about 10 years ago, I had had a clamp break on this seat post. I guess it wasn't this seat post, but it was another one that looked like it. And I went to order one, and there were two sizes, and I basically took a guess, and I was wrong. And so from that point on, I have owned a caliper. And mine is from Harbor Freight, but you can get one online for $3. And they measure millimeters and inches, and the number one thing that I use it for is for getting exact sizes of parts, especially round parts. This is 27 millimeters, and if you look on this, it's going to tell you that it's 27.2, and if I were to come in here with this thing, it's reading 27.12, or now 0.19. So it's going to give you an idea of what you're working with. Now, I do use it a lot for my CNC. I use it a lot for my laser cutter to get better measurements. But the thing is, as a maker, a lot of times you need to be able to take somewhat precision measurements. And for me, the number of times I've needed to order a part and I've gotten the right one because I was able to take good measurements of the old one. Like, this thing paid for itself the very first time I used it. It also has this little thing so you can stick in and measure depth, and you can come in here and reset it to 0 and do inches and millimeters and all that. So I put one of these in the description. If you don't have one, you probably are going to find some uses for it. I use mine almost every single day. The next thing is a set of these step bits. And so this little set here is $5, and they come in different sizes. You can see here I have some various sizes, and anytime I see them, I try to pick them up. And these things, some of them, this is an expensive one I got at a yard sale. This one's actually something like $50. But this one here came from China. And the thing with these, or pretty much any drill bit, is that you can wear them out as fast or as slow as you want. You want to be gentle, you want to go slow, you want to keep them cool, but these will go through metal, plastic, wood. And what I primarily use these for, because I have plenty of other drill bits, is when I need to actually bore something out a little bit. Like, let's say that I printed this on the 3D printer and it's close, but it's not right. I need to go ahead and, I'll take one of these little step bits and I'll come in and just, bore it out just a little bit. And what I like about it, I don't know if you can really see in the video, it gives it a little bit of a chamfer on the edge, which is kind of nice. If you look at the profile of these things, they're kind of curved. And so they're really nice for when you have a hole close and you need to make it a little bit bigger, or if you don't have the right size drill bit, or if you're just playing guessing. Let's say you want to put a button in something and you don't have a caliper, you can run one of these bits in, and every single step you can check and see if it fits. And so these are $5, and they're not something I use every day, but when you need them, they're the right tool for the job. They're fantastic. The next thing I have is this little doohickey, and there are cheaper versions of it, but I have a $2 version, and this is a magnetizer demagnetizer, and basically you can use it to magnetize your tools. So I have a bunch of computer screws here, and you can see that if I take this Allen wrench and put it in there, nothing sticks to it. So, what I can do is you run it in here like this, and you're telling the pixies to get in line when you go around the perimeter of this, and then you come in and you touch it, and all of a sudden you've got screws that are magnetically attached. What's also really cool about it is that you can come in here and run it on this side, just, you know, maybe you want to go left to right just to confuse the pixies a little bit, but all of a sudden this tool is not going to be magnetic. You go to the other one and we're magnetic again. And so just a very handy tool, especially when you're assembling little things like laptops and stuff like that. I use it sometimes for some of the odd places you have to reach on a bike, but for $2, this is one of those things worth having on your shelf. The last thing is a set of these really cheap, they're just called Model 170 cutters, and this is by a company called Play-Doh. I have a bunch of different ones like this. This is a Husky set. I've got I have a Craftsman set and all that kind of stuff, but I always find myself coming to these because they're always sharp. And one of the reasons why they're always sharp is about every year I get a new set. And I get a set for my wife and all that. They're $1.67. And they're really good. They're thin. You're not going to go cutting steel with them, but for cutting little tiny wires, they're spring loaded and they're fantastic. And it's really hard to beat the deal at $1.67. In fact, like, I'm all for buying quality tools, and I have like I said, I have a Craftsman version of this and a few more expensive ones of these, but basically, you know, the best one you have is the sharpest one, and both of these would pretty much get ruined if somebody picked them up and cut something they shouldn't with them. So you might as well have the cheap one and replace it every year and a half, hand the other one down. So those are 5 maker tools that you can buy for less than $5. Might be something you want to share with somebody who wants to get you some holiday gifts, some Christmas gifts, whatever. And thanks for watching.